What's up, real MVPs? Ricky Widmer here, and welcome in to the first of many videos here on MVP Sports, our prospect breakdown videos for the NBA draft. These are going to be the videos where we kind of go through a couple prospects between now, the early of June, all the way until the NBA draft, let you know some strengths, weaknesses, player comps, and what we think about a couple of the NBA prospects that you could see selected in this year for the 2021 NBA draft. Remember, if you want to see more of these videos, you want to get notified when these videos come out, go ahead, hit that sub button down below. And if you want to get these videos a week before everyone else, go check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/MVPvids, link down below, or you can become a channel member. Gold members and gold patrons get this video a week before everybody else. So go ahead and view that right down below. And in this very first video, I have the elusive privilege of talking about one of my favorite players in this draft, and that's Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo Dosunmu, a combo guard out of the College of Illinois, or the University of Illinois. Really, this was a year for Ayo where last year many people had him as a first round draft pick, but chose to come back to Illinois in order to win a national championship, which sadly did not happen. However, in his junior season with the Illini, all those numbers that you see there, points, rebounds, assists, shooting splits, he really had a career year in college where every single number that you see there is a career high for him out of all three of his years in college. So really a really good season for the junior, and he's a prospect right now where a lot of people see him as a 20 to 30. Some see him as a second round talent, but a lot have him in the late first round. You can see right there, our latest MVP mock has him at 29 to the Phoenix Suns. So without further ado, let's kind of get into this and kind of break down what Ayo Dosunmu brings as a draft prospect. First, let's start off with the strengths of Ayo Dosunmu, and the first one you got to look at is his ability to attack the paint as a offensive player. Ayo, the one thing I've always liked from him is that he is a natural, I love to use the term natural born scorer, because he is somebody that whether it's shooting or driving to the basket, he's going to try to score the basketball for his team. And when attacking the paint, he has a variety of moves that he can use to freeze defenders to kind of keep them off balance. And it doesn't really matter if he's scoring or passing, he's attacking the paint, trying to bring something for the team, if it's whether him going up to the hoop or what we saw many times at Illinois, driving in and lobbing it up to big Kofi Coburn, the big oak tree down below. Ayo also is a very good shooter. He can shoot from the outside, especially when he has his feet set. He wants to take the final shot in games. This is somebody who has the clutch gene, and that is something that you cannot pass up if you're an NBA team. He is not afraid to take the final shot when it comes to big game situations, and he can hit from the mid-range of the outside or even inside the paint as well. Because of this, he is very well in the pick and roll, or can be very impactful, you could say, in the pick and roll. He can come around corners. He's somebody who can finish at the basket, so you got to be prepared for him coming around corners and going right to the basket. He can change his speed, which is so elusive when it comes to the pick and roll, going fast to slow, keeping those defenders on their heels, keeping them off balance. And like I said, he is an effective passer. He loves hitting the roll man. That what Illinois did a lot was they'd set the pick and roll with Kofi Coburn. Kofi would roll to the basket, and that's how you'd get a lot of lobs from Ayo up to Kofi Coburn at the basket. He also has very good court vision and instincts on the court. He's always aware of where his teammates are. He's not that player who is going to attack the paint and get those blinders, the horse blinders. It ain't going to be tunnel vision. He knows where his teammates are and is very, very good at making good plays and right decisions on the court in order to either finish at the basket or dump it to a teammate for the easy bucket. Transition offense, he can also use his playmaking to either pass it up to a player, use his speed to run in the transition offense. He has open court speed. He can finish at the fast break. He can even do the transition. You pull up, shoot a mid-ranger or a three. He's very good at the one dribble pull-ups. And last but not least, his defense. I think his defense is very underrated. He can guard very well in the pick and roll and against players in normal offensive sets. The thing I love most about him is that he sticks to his man like glue. This is a guy where it's like, Ayo, you're guarding this person, and he's going to stick to him. He's got also a little slithery move to him to where whether it's going around, it's going over, under, in pick and rolls and screens, he's able to avoid contact and make sure he is sticking to his guy to where it's either a very good defensive possession and they stop the basketball, or he's contesting a shot so it's hard for the offense. He's also a player that's capable of guarding bigger wings, which I think an NBA team will look at and go, we need that. Someone who could play the one or the two, but could also be a player that, hey, this person could guard threes potentially at the NBA level as well. And also he's a very sturdy defender. So I think defense a little underrated, but Ayo will be one who is able to hold his own at the defensive level in the NBA. Next, let's take a look at the weaknesses of Ayo Dosunmu. First one is his handling on the court. Although he is a player that can attack the basket, finishes, can drive, can play in transition, his handling overall can be a bit sloppy. Kind of some mental lapses out there. Sometimes it kind of seems like he's thinking about the next step instead of making sure the basketball is secured, and have had steals happen because of that. So he'll have to shore up his handling at the next level. Although he is a good shooter and can shoot from the outside, shooting consistency is also going to have to be improved for Ayo in the NBA. Like I said, can shoot from the outside, but teams have dared him to do it often. It's kind of something to where, hey, Ayo's on the three-point line, let him shoot that shot rather than get called for a foul trying to defend it. And he doesn't have the most fluid catch and shoot release. So all of this is fixable, but it's going to be worked on, or have to be worked on, at the NBA level. And the last one goes with his defense. Although I said it was underrated, when it comes to reading defenses, Ayo's going to have to learn that at the next level. He's going to have to not force passes sometimes. Sometimes it's predetermined where he is going to go, either with a pass, or it's like, hey, the defense is showing this, and then halfway through they change and he didn't anticipate that change. And sometimes he's thrown the ball into a crowded paint numerous times. That last one, though, might have been because they've had Kofi Coburn on this Illini team. And then the last thing we're going to take a look at before my final thoughts is the player comps for Ayo Dosunmu. Going to do this in three ways. First, we're going to look at his top end potential, which I think Ayo's top end is Jrue Holiday. Their offensive games aren't 100% a complete match, as I think Ayo is a better playmaker than Jrue Holiday. However, if Ayo can develop defensively to the levels where he needs to be, I think that it's a close match to what you see from Jrue Holiday at the NBA level. And that's one thing. If the offense can at least stay the same and the defense gets astronomically better, Jrue Holiday at the top end could be Ayo's just peak of where his potential could be. The next comp I have is his most realistic, and I think his best comp, and that is DeJounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs. Ayo is a better shooter than Murray was coming out of college, but their size and skill sets are very similar. If Ayo doesn't hit his top end potential, this is probably, to me, they do the same things, or could do the same things at the NBA level. DeJounte Murray is someone who can score the basketball, can give you at least 20 points a game in some senses, but can also distribute the ball, is also a very capable defender, and just this is the player: size, speed, play-wise. I just see Ayo Dosunmu. If he can be DeJounte Murray, I think he will be a hit in the NBA. And then the last player comp I have, the low-end potential, is Elfrid Payton from the New York Knicks. Like Murray, Payton shares a similar size to Dosunmu, and this would absolutely be the worst-case scenario for Ayo's career. Although I think Ayo is a better shooter and is better defensively than Payton was coming out of college, this is basically if Ayo is not able to fix anything, if he does not fix his shooting inconsistencies, if he does not improve his defensive ability at the NBA, this is the type of player slash role we could see Ayo Dosunmu kind of fit into, which some people might say might not be the worst thing. It's not like he's a bust or anything, but definitely not what you expected when you drafted him in the NBA draft. And last but not least, let's get into my final thoughts. And when it comes down to Ayo Dosunmu, I think that Ayo Dosunmu is a quality prospect in the NBA draft. He's somebody that has all the tools you want in either a point guard or a shooting guard. So like I said, combo guard. He can attack the paint. He can shoot. He can play defense. He can pass the ball. Yes, there are the weaknesses of his handles at times, his shooting inconsistencies, his release on his catch and shoot, and like I said, his ability to read defense. But the thing I like about all those weaknesses is they are easy, like, I don't want to say easily fixable, but there's nothing there that you can tell me that, oh, there's no way he could fix that at the NBA level. Everything is fixable. He is also someone, like I said, has that clutch gene. I want someone who's not afraid to take the shot or the final shot at the end of the game and stray away from it. I want someone who's going to take the onus, put the team on their back. And last but not least, it comes down to the work ethic of Ayo Dosunmu. He is somebody that, yes, he could have came out of college last year and been a first-round pick. However, he went back to school. He worked on his game. The thing I was impressed with the most is how he worked on his body in between his sophomore year to his junior year. That showed me he's got the work ethic. He is going to do whatever you need him to do to get better at the game of basketball. So for me, if I am any team in the first round, especially after the lottery, basically 20 through 30 for sure, I'm taking a look at Ayo Dosunmu and I am drafting him for my team if he fits a need that it has, because all these playoff teams down there, I think Ayo can develop and add something to these teams. So I would definitely take him at the bottom half of the NBA draft. And that's going to do it for our scouting breakdown, our prospect breakdown of Ayo Dosunmu. Obviously, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Can't wait to conversate with you guys and kind of hear what you guys think about Ayo. Remember, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/MVPvids, or become a gold channel member. Gold patrons and gold channel members get to watch these videos, I should say, a week earlier before everybody else. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so that the little bell, so that not only are you subscribed and you're able to see MVP's videos and you help support the channel, but the notification bell makes sure when these videos are posted, you get that little notification letting you know we are coming out with a new prospect video. So I can't wait to share more prospects with you. Jake and Soapy also have some lined up, so we will be back with more. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this one, and as always, have a good day, everybody.